GCU dancer.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this beautiful day. God, thank you for all the fans and family that came out today. I pray that you bless all the players on the court and give us a restful break. And it's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Maddie. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with our national anthem. The Star Spangled Banner will be performed this afternoon by the Thundering Herd Pep Band. Thank you. And now let's meet the starting lineups.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's matchup between the NAU Lumberjacks and the Grand Canyon University Antelopes. I'm Dewey Jeffries alongside Alexander Larson. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for today's game.
At guard, 5'8" senior, number 4, Brittany Hussein. At guard, 5'9" junior, number 11, Olivia Lucero. At forward, a 6'1" junior, number 12, Kenna McDavis. And at forward, a 6' senior, number 50, Bradley Cotton. The Lumberjacks are 4-5 on the season. They're led by head coach Robin Bostic. Assistant coaches Carly Burris, Jamie Rauschwarger, and Amy Donovan. Lopes fans, are you ready? I said Lopes fans, are you ready? On your feet for the starting lineup for your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. And from here, California, number 1, Anaya Baker. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 11, Casey Rarick. At guard, a 5'8" senior from Solomon, Spain, number 13, Laura Marcos Cadeno. At forward, a 5'10" junior from Glendale, Arizona, number 24, Kiara Clark. And at forward, a 5'7" junior from Monrovia, Liberia, number 50, Seymour Massacoy. The Lopes are 6-4 on the season. They're led by head coach Trent Banks, assistant coaches John Marcus, Miley Wall, and Crystal Thomas. Director of basketball operations, Rachel Gallagher, and Jasmine Grayson, video coordinator. The three-person NCAA officiating.
Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, everybody, and Merry Christmas. If you didn't hear, Marina Laramie out for the Lopes today. Basically the leader for the Lopes in every major category. She leads the WAC in points per game. That's going to be a big hole to fill for them. Kiara Clark getting the start for the Lopes today. She's only registered 24 minutes, but they're going to need some help from her today if they're going to want to beat in-state foe NAU.
Absolutely. And having her with that height advantage, we're going to be able to see a lot from Kiara Clark today. Hopefully she'll be able to get her time to shine at this Christmas game.
NAU, dating back to 2 seasons ago, is 3-25 on the road, 25-108 since 2006. They do not do well away from Flagstaff, Arizona, and it's going to be tough in this arena as we are set for tip-off. NAU with the ball. It'll be Renee Coggins to start it off.
We're looking to see a whole lot of defense from the Lopes today. The Lumberjacks seem to have a pretty strong offense, and so we're going to need the Lopes to pull up that defense, that their rotating matrix that I always talk about. Their switch up, making sure that they stick on their players, making sure that they're defensively attentive to what the Lumberjacks are going to do.
A foul for Kiara Clark there could be contributed to nerves. Of course, only 24 minutes so far this season. Can't say enough about the absence of Marina Laramie in the corner. There's an offensive foul called on Lucero, Olivia Lucero from Phoenix, Arizona. All the starting 5 for the Lumberjacks, upperclassmen, are junior or senior. Of course, Rarick, a sophomore for GCU. But a lot of experience out there. Kiara Clark in the paint. And she'll get Rarick called on the foul. It'll be a turnover for the Lopes, the first of the day. The Lopes coming off a win against Southern Utah. Massacoy leading the scoring there. Is down low. Bradley Cotton puts it home and fouled. She'll get a shot for the 3-point play.
Rarick's going to have to be careful this game with already 2 fouls in the first minute of the game.
Cotton, the leader for the Lumberjacks in field goal percentage at 51%. A major key to this Lumberjack offense, as that free throw is no good. So far, 75% from the line are the Lumberjacks, compared to 66 for the Lopes. A nice little advantage there. Inbounded now out behind the arc. Lucero will take a high arcing 3, which banks off and in, giving the Lumberjacks a 5-point advantage here in the first minute of play.
Those first few fouls kind of threw off this momentum of the game. No team has really found their niche yet, as they're working to make sure they can really execute in this game really well.
Swings it out. Massacoy, jumper from just inside the 3-point arc. Doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Brittany Lucane. And Lucane almost stolen by Anaya Baker. Baker, 22 steals, the leader for the Lopes this season. Looking for something is Lucero. And a foul called defensively. It'll be Zelor Massacoy. And the 4th team foul already. A minute and a half in to the first stanza.
Lopes definitely going to have to be very careful with all these fouls so early in the game. It's going to really come back to bite them in the later game.
Outside, it's going to be Lucero again. This one just as arcing. Rebounded by Cotton. And now a 3-point ball taken by McKenna Davis. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Cotton, again in the corner. Swings it out, and now Lucero. Open, but a good job of Canedo pressuring out as a spoke, preventing her from taking a wide open 3-point shot.
Lopes defense is definitely showing up today, they're being very aggressive. As a result, they have 4 of the fouls, but this aggressive defense might be just what the Lopes need.
3-pointer by Coggins, good. It's 8-0. Renee Coggins, 44.4% from behind the 3-point line. leads NAU. Top of the key. This one is good. It's Jessica Jajewski, who's already coming off the bench. Jajewski getting that time. Top of the key. Nice fall there. Hussein will dish that one low to Lucero, but Lucero can't put it over Zelor Massaquoi. Now Canedo drives in. Anaya Baker, who leads this team in assists as well.
Excellent ball movement right there by Zelor Massaquoi.
Kiara Clark underneath, only her second bucket of the year. Driving in, and that'll be a foul. Another one, the fifth of its kind. They're going to call it on Zelor Massaquoi again. This one will warrant 2 shots.
Interesting seeing the Lopes come out at the start of this game with so much aggressiveness and so much passion. They've already got 5 fouls, and it's only been about 3-4 minutes.
You got to figure the hype factor of playing any in-state, team is going to elevate, the gameplay as it is, because, you want to prove that you're the best team in the state or better than the team that you are playing. So nervousness, excitement, maybe a mix of everything.
Right.
Driving now in the corner. Tanisha Daniels is checked on. Baker drives. Daniels looking but nothing. This one, she's going to take a 3. Won't go. And now Brittany Lusane's up with the ball.
Lopes are kind of scurrying right now to try to find their mesh, work together as a team. A whole lot of mismatch going on between the offense and the defense as the ball was almost stolen away by Anaya Baker.
Something you're realizing a little bit early for NAU, their 3-point shots seem to have a little more air under than you're used to seeing. Certainly an example of touch for the Lumberjack shooters. Baker outside, quickly guarded by Cotton. She'll pull up, and that won't fall, but it's rebounded by Mobley, and Mobley will put that one up and in. Mobley sat out all last year, finally eligible to play this game. And they're going to need production from her this season as she comes back to contribute for the Lopes. Lucero, guarded by Jajewski. She'll take it in and short on the lay-in. A fight in the paint. Gotten out. A good job of getting it out is Bree Mobley, and now up and out. Jajewski puts it up, and that one's good.
There's that speed that we know and love from the Lopes right there.
Jajewski is GCU's Student Athlete of the Month. And there you can see why, taking that assist from Baker. A good job of Baker keeping her head up. They're up with it again. Take a 3-point ball by Mobley, but that one, not enough air. And Renee Coggins will slow it up for NAU as the Lumberjacks bring it up. Lucero guarded by Canedo. Drives in, tries to put it off the glass, doesn't go, and Mobley is going to grab another rebound. It's her 4th. Bree Mobley, 4 rebounds. Good job of drawing the foul as Bree Mobley. Foul's going to be on McDavis. And a timeout is called, a full timeout. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Merry Christmas from Grand Canyon University.
Welcome back, everybody. We've already started off with a very intense game so far in the last 6 minutes. You know, the Lopes have already had 5 points off the NAU turnover, waiting on the Lumberjacks to get back from the initial start of the game with the five fouls drawn already. The Lopes are in a little bit of danger as they give the Lumberjacks that advantage.
The Lopes were certainly flustered in the first 3 or 4 minutes of play, it seemed. 4 fouls in about 2 minutes, getting in foul trouble there, and they have seemed to have rushed the passes maybe a little bit, and that's why NAU has 5 points off GCU turnovers. But we saw examples of passing throughout. I mean, Anaya Baker down to Jajewski several times off fast breaks. So they're doing a good job of getting it and pushing it. They just need to calm down and eliminate the turnovers so NAU doesn't get those turnover points.
Absolutely, and it might just be the pressure that NAU is one of their in-state rivals, and they did drive all the way down here to play this game, so the Lopes were a little maybe anxious at the beginning of this game, realizing that they had to show up today and that they were facing off one of their neighbors, basically.
GCU is 5-1 against NAU at a series dating back to 1988. The last time they played is the inbound here. Puts it up, Mobley, short. And a 6-footer, no good, but last time these two teams played was up in Flagstaff in 1993, won by GCU, as a 3-pointer is put up by Perez, and that one doesn't go. Reina Perez. Mobley finds Daniels, but fouled there. So maybe just a little too much of a hesitation, but it worked out for Tanisha nonetheless. Cotton called on the foul. It was a great find by Bree Mobley. She's looked very sharp in the first quarter back for her in a while. Daniels can't tie it up with the second free throw, but on the rebound, it's tipped out by NAU, and now GCU is going to get possession. So the throw-in by Bree Mobley will be to Tanisha Daniels. And now Mobley will look for something. Drives right through the middle. Not quite the touch she was looking for. And now up with it come the Lumberjacks.
It's those breaks like that where the Lopes are really going to need to be able to execute and take advantage of those second chances.
A prime opportunity for Mobley there, but she couldn't put it home. And yeah, you're going to need to see those fall. And those are the ones you expect to fall if you want to win the game. Nice shot. Reina Perez, a freshman, a 5'4" freshman, putting NAU up by 3. Marcos Canedo looks. Jajewski outside the 3-point line. Drives. Good touch on that one. And it's a 1-point game again. Jajewski drives, getting her 6th point there. She hasn't missed from the field. Perez looking for something. Finds teammate Paplau, but that shot doesn't fall. And the Lopes come up with it. Marcos Canedo at the point. She'll drive left. Out to Mobley. She's got a little cushion. Won't take it. Backs down and again short on the shot. Just needing to put a little bit more on that one inside. Steal by Jajewski, but then stolen right back by Olivia Lucero. You got to capitalize on the steals once you get them. You can't give them right back.
Shows a little bit how flustered the Lopes are on defense right now, trying to find their matchup against the Lumberjacks, giving them too many opportunities and too many chances to get the ball back in their possession.
Perez looking for something. We had a foul down low off the ball. They're going to call it on Laura Marcos Canedo. Her first foul. She'll come off. No, she'll come. Zelor Massacoy and Anaya Baker wait to substitute on after the shots are taken. Lucero's first one good. And now Baker on. Marcos Canedo off, Daniels off, and Massacoy on. The second shot from the redshirt junior. 3-point game. Vanessa Murphy on. She'll bring it up with Anaya Baker. Bree Mobley quickly guarded by two. Nifty work inside. Able to keep it as she almost lost it. Jajewski in the corner. Baker looking for someone. Picking the wrong side there by Massacoy. Tries to dribble through two. Say that 3 times fast and she lost it. Up comes the Lumberjacks. 3-pointer from the corner is good. Reina Perez, the freshman from Buckeye, extends the lead to 5. Massacoy backing down in low. Baker wide open. No good. It was right on track, but did not fall. And now less than a minute to go. Coggins up with it to Caitlin Preston. Preston looking for something. Back to Coggins. Drives, pulls up short of the 3-point line, and she'll hit just inside. It's 19-11 here with a half minute to play in quarter number 1. Anaya Baker guarded by Perez. Looking for this last shot here for the Lopes and looking to convert. Baker drives. Fade away off the glass, isn't going to go. Rebounded by Massacoy. Gets it to Murphy, and it's 2 points with 6 seconds to go. 19-13.
That's that second chance we were talking about.
3-pointer from the corner. Not going to go. That is going to end the first quarter. 19-13 Lumberjacks possession. Stay right here.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. Family Christmas and family traditions. Now's the time to make room for what's really important. The years go by fast, and the holidays even faster. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Welcome back to the GCU Arena. We're looking at the first quarter of the gameplay so far. The Lopes seem to be a little bit tense and a little bit not working together as well as they should be with the intensity of the NAU Lumberjacks coming down here today to play. The Lumberjacks have already had 10 points off turnovers from the Lopes tonight.
That's right. Well, this doubling from the last break, and what we're seeing from the Lopes is they're able to get the turnovers, they're getting the steals, but then they're not able to convert off that. They're getting wide open shots. You know, Anaya Baker, the 3-pointer there, didn't hit that one. A couple drives by Bree Mobley, didn't necessarily have the touch. So the Lopes just need to get their shots to fall. Each team 6 of 16 from the field, but it's going to be the points in the paint that's going to be essential for the Lopes if they want to equalize here and, really play with NAU.
Absolutely. And like we were saying before, it might just be their nerves, but whatever it is, they have to shake it off a little bit and really get in this game because it's already 19-13 right now, and the Lopes really need to come back and show up for this game to play against their rival.
11 points off the bench for the Lopes as Vanessa Murphy will inbound to Anaya Baker. Puts this one up. Mobley off again. Maybe not the shot you want coming out of the first quarter. Perez drives hard, puts it up and in. Nice little play there by the freshman.
That's where we want to see more of this defense that we're talking about.
Can't let it be that easy. Mobley. Vanessa Murphy is fouled on the layup chance.
Foul called on the Lumberjacks.
Fouls called on Caitlin Preston.
First personal. First team foul in the second quarter.
It's often said that the free throws are what determine the success of the game, and these free throws, every chance that we get, are going to be the points that we need to make sure that we stay in this game.
This season, a significant advantage for the Lumberjacks on the free throw. Just about 76% from the charity stripe, and for the Lopes, only 66. So if this game's going to come down to it, GCU is going to have to stay above season average. Missing that one.
Looking to see a little more from the Lopes defense when the Lumberjacks have the ball.
Perez still on, and why take her out? She's making contributions. That shot missing the glass completely. And now Rarick will make a move, puts it up. Can't get it to fall, but she'll take 2 shots.
Foul called on the Lumberjacks, number 1, Renee Coggins.
50%, 2 for 4 from their free throw shots.
Casey Rarick to shoot 2.
Rarick's first is good. Marcos Canedo leads this GCU team with free throw percentage at 78. And Marina Laramie with 70. But Rarick knocks down both of those, putting their first makes into that category. Perez, severe height disadvantage against Bree Mobley. That's going to be a matchup to keep an eye on as Preston will back down Massaquoi. Puts it up there but can't get it to fall, and Vanessa Murphy will rebound it. Alex Bloom now Mobley in the corner. Puts it up, and the touch there, short. It's right on line for Bree Mobley, but she can't seem to get the arc on it. That ball way off by Renee Coggins. Coggins, the leader of this NAU offense. 9 points in their last game, a loss versus New Mexico State. Picked there by Massaquoi for Bloom. And now Murphy will take a 3-point ball. Just off. Massaquoi, huge rebound. Drives, and Rarick's fouled again. Could tell that was coming. Foul called on Caitlin Preston. Her second.
Casey Rarick to shoot 2.
Rarick misses her first free throw of this attempt.
The Lopes are having pretty decent ball movement. However, as we said before, they're not able to capitalize and execute these shots as we need to.
That free throw makes it 5 of 8 for the Lopes, 63%. 21-17, they trail by 4.
Lopes defense hitting pretty hard to the Lumberjacks right now. Movement is excellent. The Lopes frustrate the Lumberjacks a little bit so that shot is not made, and Zila Massaquoi gets that rebound.
Yeah. Brittany Lucane going hard in that one. Missing, and a hard-fought rebound for Zelor Massaquoi. Jajewski drives and pulls up, this one way off. The Lopes averaging 35.1 rebounds a game. For NAU, 41.5. Pretty nice advantage there, too. So far, GCU has the advantage, 17-13. Good job working the boards at home. Perez outside. Back to Perez. She'll take a three-pointer. It doesn't go. And the Lopes back up with it with Marcos Canedo. Vanessa Murphy swings it to Rarick. Rarick's three-point ball is good. And that is the first three-point shot of the game. Made of the game for the Lopes, I should say.
Beautiful shot by Casey Rarick. Let us hope that this is the start of her getting on a hot streak where we can see more of these shots from her.
Three-pointer tanked by Lusain, and Lusain's ball is not even going to come close. But an offensive rebound allowed. Kaylee Paplow puts it up, fouled as well, and a chance to get the three-pointer from Casey Rarick right back for NAU. 6:09 remain in the first half as this shot is no good. The lead still at 3. And now Grand Canyon comes up looking to tie it. Jajewski's shot not going to make it. And sprinting up court, Olivia Lucero drives. She'll take this one herself off the glass, not going to go. And now Rarick's going the other way. It's a 1-on-3. Jajewski's behind her, rolls out, and another miss.
Those chances, again, we keep missing them, and we need every single one of those.
7 of 23 from field goals for GCU as that one made by Brittany Lusain and one.
First personal, second team foul.
Getting ready to come in is August Duchard and Bree Mobley.
Touchard's
Number 2, August Duchamp.
yet to be on,
Basket by Brittany Lusain is good. She'll shoot 1.
but Mobley has proven to be a commodity in her first game eligible here again for GCU.
Like to see some more executed and successful shots from her, but it's excellent to have her in this game right now.
Lusain misses that one, but it's rebounded by NAU. Three-pointer taken by Lucero. That one good. Olivia Lucero, her 8th point of the game. Second three-pointer. And it's 28-20. The NAU lead. Touchard, guarded by Perez. Finds Canedo looking for a screen. Gets it from Murphy. 2 in her face right away. Canedo drives and a nice left-handed hook off the glass and in.
Marcos Canedo has always been a strong point guard and a strong leader for the Lopes on the offense. Having her to direct everyone around and tell them, find the look and see where they're at is excellent for her to be there.
Lusain's pass all the way across the court, and now it's a 2-on-1. Put up by Mobley, and she'll get this one. It's been a while since she's found the touch there, but her 4th point, and it's a 4-point lead for NAU. Lusain, clearly the quarterback of this offense, swings it across the court again, and Perez is going to have a 3-point shot. It's good. Reina Perez, her 10th point. 4 for 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from beyond the 3-point line. Rarick drives. Great shot.
Looking for a
Miracle how
foul
she
there.
put that one up. Yeah, I don't know how it wasn't a foul. And a bit of a force pass there by NAU. 3-pointer. It's good. Kenna McDavis, the redshirt junior, extends this to a double-digit lead. 43% from 3 are the Lumberjacks. Mobley, shot looks a little bit better, but falls far this time. And Perez, another 3-pointer. This one just misses, and a timeout is called by the Lopes, a well-needed timeout. We'll be right back, 34-24.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. A full calendar and a full plate. family Christmas, and family traditions. The years go by fast, and the holidays even faster. Now's the time to make room for what's really important: giving back and going forward, building memories and creating a better future. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. GCU.edu.
Welcome back. We got 3:14 left in the second quarter. It's 34-24, and Lumberjacks are leading the Lopes right now. And three-pointers in this game so far, the Lumberjacks are 6 of 15, and the Lopes are 1 of 7.
Yeah, that can be the difference in the game for sure. And what we're seeing with GCU is their shots aren't really, their three-pointers so far haven't really been contested. 5 of 7, I'd say, have been about 4 or 5 yard cushion, and they've still missed. NAU's out there making shots with GCU defenders in their faces. Most recently, 2 consecutive, almost 3 there to grasp momentum back for NAU to make it a 10-point lead. So GCU just needs to take their time and start converting. Simple as that.
Absolutely. And the Lopes have the ability. They have the players they need to make these shots. They just have to be able to get in the motion and get in the rhythm so that they can work on their passing, work on their shots, and execute all these shots that they need.
Well, we talk about the three-point ball. The Lopes are tied with the Michigan Wolverines at 31st in the country with 8.4 three-pointers a game, as Rarick will lay that one in. But a noteworthy fact there, we know the Michigan Wolverines and their pedigree. Of course, without Laramie leads GCU in three-pointers as well. Perez puts up a three-point ball. That one's short. She took that one from way downtown. No surprise really to see that one fall short. Barrick driving Jajewski, and it's in. So these are the ones we said they have to make in the paint, and this one falls 34-28.
Absolutely. And the Lopes are struggling a little bit with a height difference. And without Marina Laramie, her height and her power underneath the basket usually gives the Lopes a lot of support and a lot of strength that they don't necessarily have right now other than Zelor Massaquoi.
Rebounds led by Marina Laramie, too, at 72. Right behind is Zelor Massaquoi at 70. Well, Rarick, I would have liked to see her pull up a little bit earlier when she had time so she wasn't pressured. And he missed that one from the corner. So maybe a missed chance for the Lopes there. Lucero, an arcing three-pointer goes. 37-28. Jajewski drives, clear foul. Lucero draped on her the whole time. You talk about converting in the three-point opportunities, and Rarick definitely had one there from the steal. Good job of GCU, her teammates keeping their eyes up and finding her down the court, but she waited just a little too long.
This right here will be another chance for the Lopes to capitalize on some free throws, put some points on the board again.
Well, 70% from the line of the Lopes so far, so good there. They need to keep that up, definitely. And Jajewski hits both. Lead trimmed to 7 with just over 1 minute to go in the first half here. Perez and Lucero lead this NAU team with 10 and 11 points respectively. It's usually Coggins. Perez drives, finds one underneath. A great Great shot there by Kaylee Paplow on the pass from Reina Perez.
A little frustrating sometimes. The Lopes defense is getting better.
Rarick this time hits the three-pointer. It was wide open. She took it early enough and she hit it. 6 points. The deficit here.
Offensive foul on Rarick. We get the ball right back.
Renee Coggins is going to be fouled on that one. Now a chance to trim this lead even more as we go to halftime. Rarick comes off. Jessica Jajewski will inbound this ball to Marcos Canedo. 4.2 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. GCU, of course, probably hold for as long as they need to. Mobley guarded tightly. And now waiting on a play to be called. Marcos Canedo at the point. Out wide, Jajewski, three-pointer. Yes! With 9 seconds to go, cuts it to 3, 39-36. That play worked to perfection.
It's that
Last
patience.
second three-pointer doesn't go, and that's halftime, 39-36. Join us for halftime talk right after this.
GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu. Merry Christmas from Grand Canyon University.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
Welcome back, guys, from halftime. First half of the game was intense as the Lopes started off a little rough. 4 fouls in the first 2 minutes. Lumberjacks taking advantage of that and scoring 5 points off of those turnovers, then 10 points later on. What has been going on that the Lopes need to work on for the second half, Alex?
Dewey, how about the end of that second quarter there? Everything that we talked about in the breaks that we wanted to see from the Lopes actually happened. They started converting on the wide open three-pointers. They hit their free throws. They started converting their defensive steals into offensive points. And they started really locking down NAU from outside, making them pass the ball around. And that's what subsequently led to their steals.
Absolutely, and their offense seeming to do a lot better the second quarter with moving the ball around the arc, getting the shots off. Casey Rarick, Jessica Gajewski getting the three-pointers the team needed to kind of spark a little momentum for the team.
The passing has been tremendous. It doesn't matter who it is. They're finding their teammates, and they're finding them everywhere in the court, low, high, all the way across the court. We've seen Anaya Baker turn plenty of steals into an assist. You know, GCU's doing a great job.
Alrighty, and you know what? We're going to go ahead and take a look at the WAC standings as GCU has moved on up and see what else is going on around the WAC.
Welcome to the WAC Roundup for women's basketball the week of December 13th. I'm Jessie Punch. Good week for women's hoops as WAC teams went 7-5 in non-conference play. Utah Valley winning their second game in a row. The Wolverines trailed at halftime against Denver U, but started off the third quarter on an 11-0 run and never looked back. Mariah Seals scores a game-high 19 points, and junior Sam Lubke scored 17 with a career-high 12 rebounds as UVU wins by a final of 72-58. WAC Player of the Week is Lubke. She scored 35 points on the week as Utah Valley also beat Southern Utah. Lubke leads the WAC in field goal percentage, shooting better than 61% from the field. In Phoenix, Grand Canyon hosting Cal Poly, the Lopes had 2 players with double-doubles as Marina Laramie scored 21 points with 11 rebounds, and freshman Vanessa Murphy scored 15 with 10 boards. Grand Canyon wins by a final of 64-59. GCU is now 5-1 at home this season. WAC standings, New Mexico State is still on top. Grand Canyon and UMKC are tied for second with 5-4 records. UTRGV drops to 5-5 after a tough road swing at Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. On the WAC Digital Network, UC Riverside visits CSU Bakersfield on Wednesday night. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Jesse Punch.
It's time for Whack in the Day, brought to you by Geico. Back in the day, Jeremy Gunn was an All-American soccer player at CSU Bakersfield. In fact, 25 years after last playing, he's still the Roadrunners' all-time leader in goals, assists, and points. As an assistant coach, he helped Bakersfield to the 1997 Division II National Championship. And last week, Gunn, now the head coach at Stanford, led the Cardinal to their second straight national championship. He's the first head coach to win back-to-back NCAA Division I titles in 17 years.
It's over. It's back-to-back for Stanford. They have done it. They sit atop the mountain of men's college soccer.
For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Eric Danner.
It's good to see GCU getting the recognition in the WAC. Of course, 3 of GCU basketball players atop the WAC in their respective stats. This is going to be the last home game for the women's basketball team before the new year. It's been a great year in GCU history, and with Christmas just around the corner, GCU continues to give back to the communities in many ways, including the Havocs student section. Havocs with Hearts is an ongoing service to different charities in Arizona. Here's a look at some of the ways GCU has served its local community.
So Havocs with Heart is really excited to participate in this event. This is the second year that we've worked with Hope Kids, and last year we had about 30 students show up. It was the first Havocs with Heart event we had. We were really excited. And this year we've had over 75, which is just amazing to see the students' participation and how they really want to rally behind this event.
It's just such an incredible experience, being here and, putting this above you and, doing this for the greater good. To come here out of, the goodness of your heart and just, really show them that, you have their support. They're not alone through any of this, and it's just an awesome, awesome feeling to be out here. And it's truly made me think of, things differently and just appreciate everything and never take anything for granted.
Hope Kids is very excited to have the GCU Havocs here. Havocs with Heart really is Havocs with Heart. These kids, the students that come here, they keep all of the attendees pumped up. They give high fives to all of our kids. They give high fives to all the families. They really are great for our community and great for Hope Kids because they really do treat our families with the respect and love that they deserve. And we love partnering with the Havocs because they really do take care of Hope Kids, and they give us the hope that we try to provide to our families and their kids, that hope really is a powerful medicine through events and activities and through just having fun.
Serve the City is it's a pretty cool event where the GCU staff and also GCU students get to partner up together and be able to go out in the community and serve the community. GCU has been part of the Habitat for the last 4 years, and this year we are doing 7 home and also doing Bourget High School, which is one of the high schools that's really close to Grand Canyon University. We have over 250 volunteers, and also we have a lot of staff that are also coming out and volunteering to help.
I think it's a wonderful thing that everyone is out here because they don't have to be, they choose to be, just out of the kindness of their heart, and not many do that. I think it's really important for us to do our part and give back to the community. We're so blessed with the beautiful campus we have. It would just be awesome to clean up around us, you know, just show God's love, not necessarily pushing it on them, but just expressing that we care and we want to help and we want to do what we can for the community.
Yeah, I wanna say thank you very much for all the help. I mean, because we got the house for like 11 years. We cannot paint, we cannot do gravel because it's too expensive. You guys get a good price, you guys get a lot of help for us. Thank you for your help. Thank you for everything.
Serve the City, I think, is important because it's teaching a lot of us to say, not only do you need to fix what's going on in your life, there's also a lot of other people that are facing issues that we might think are small. So I think it's important, just shows us, one, to be grateful for what we have. Also, if you have the ability to be able to help the community, go out there and be able to serve. So it gives us a sense of being a servant out in the world. If you've never done any Serve the City or been part of any ministry that GCU offers, I'll say to just check them out at least once because it will literally change your life.
That's always so awesome to hear. Love hearing about GCU students giving back to the community. You know what, Hope Kids and Serve the City are excellent programs here on campus that students can be a part of. One woman specifically with a unique story here at GCU is women's basketball assistant coach Crystal Thomas. From Duke to the NBA and now here at GCU, she's had quite the career. Let's go ahead and take an inside look.
Being drafted was one of the best feelings I've ever had. I was actually really caught off guard. I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to fall during the draft, even if I was going to be drafted at all. So I actually was working out during the draft. I actually missed when my name was put up there, and I came back in the weight room. They're like, you got drafted, you got drafted. I was like, oh, I got drafted. So it was really exciting, really special just to know that you've been drafted to one of the best women's league in the world, to be in the WNBA, to be part of this amazing group of female athletes is remarkable. There's 12 teams, 12 players, so to be one of 144 people to have been doing this for now 5 seasons is incredible. And so I'm thankful every single day for what I get to do, and I'm just really honored to be able to play against the best players in the world, the best women in the world, and compete against them every day. I ended up at GCU basically through divine intervention. I was injured at the time, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. Was I going to be healthy enough to go back and play, or was I going to have to try to figure out something else? So in the meantime, I was doing a lot of public speaking. And so I was invited to come out here to speak at Impact Church. And Trent and Angie May, they came to listen to me speak. Angie was my chaplain when I played out here for the Mercury. And so they just happened to come and hear me speak, and we went out to eat, and they joked like, hey, if you ever want to get into coaching, you know, you can come out here. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I was, my focus was, can I get my leg healthy enough to get back and play? Well, my rehab just wasn't going the way that I wanted it to, and Trent ended up calling me on the phone and asked me, hey, do you want to come out here and coach? And, I knew when he called me, it was definitely the Lord calling me to come out here and coach, and that's how I ended up here at GCU.
When Crystal Thomas answered that call, she joined a staff with distinct specialties that blend together to create a competitive team.
We do have different skill sets, but I think that's what makes us really unique as a staff, is that we can tap into so many different areas because each person brings something new to the table. We're not all the same, which is a good thing, but the biggest part about all of us is we're all focused on the same thing. We're all focused on coming together, gelling together, and focused on winning and bringing the first Black championship to GCU. So it's not in a competitive way, it's a competitive way in competing against other opponents.
That competition brought Thomas back to an old haunt this season, Cameron Indoor Stadium, where she played for the Duke Blue Devils and Coach McCauley.
Just another special feeling to be back in Cameron. As soon as I walked back in, just the lights and the court, there was a flood of memories that came back. It was just crazy to think of how many games I played out there, how many games I've won. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured out onto that court as well from the time that I was back at Duke. So it was a pretty crazy feeling to be back, and especially to be coaching. You know, when I left, I never really thought I'd go back. So to be able to compete against my coach was really special, and it's something that I'll be able to carry with me for a long time. What I learned from this past season is just how special the moment is. Whatever the moment may be, just enjoy the moment that you're in. You know, when I was playing beforehand, you get so caught up kind of in just the rat race of what you're doing, trying to make this team, make that team, earn this contract, make that contract. This time it was just enjoy the season, enjoy every day. Even if it was a 3-hour practice and I was exhausted, you know, it was like, I loved being out there. I loved being able to just be out there around the people that I was around, doing what I was doing. So it's really made me appreciate enjoying the moment, and I've been able to carry that back here to GCU and just pouring that into the girls. You know, sometimes you can get so far-sighted and looking at the big picture that you forget to just enjoy what's right in front of you.
Great story there from Crystal Thomas. A great opportunity with her psychology degree, of course, getting to utilize that with coaching and getting to coach her little sister, Erica. That's awesome. She came from UConn, a volleyball team, so just a great story there. GCU hasn't had the lead all game. They have trailed since tip-off, now within 3, and really it's felt like this is the closest they've been all game, regardless of what the scoreboard says. What are we going to need to see here for them to continue doing what they've done?
Well, honestly, that end of the second half really showed the team really gearing up and really getting these points in, as we see Casey Rarick and Jessica Gajewski and everybody working together as a team to pass the ball but make smart passes and make smart shots, working together to fuse what they've been learning and fuse what they've been doing in practice and in the game so far, to really mobilize together.
On the opposite end of that, GCU has the advantage, even though this isn't the season, they don't in rebounds. 26 for GCU, 20 for NAU. It may come down to play underneath the rim. Can they get offensive rebounds and can they get defensive rebounds?
Absolutely, and even with the rebounds, free throws and getting fouled are going to be huge for this team, because all of the chances that they get to get points and to shoot free shots, literal free shots, they're going to need to capitalize on that and make as much of those as possible.
We're all set to go here in the second half. Let's see what excitement this one has for us. Cotton out to Coggins, who finds a screen from Kenneth Davis and puts it up but doesn't go. But unable to pull in the rebound, and another offensive board for NAU. As the pass there by Brittany Lucane out wide, looking for McDavis. Off a hand of Alope, and they'll reset with another throw-in from the corner. Lucero looking for something left off the screen. And now Coggins puts this one up in an air ball. Rebounded by Lucane, who'll get it up top to Lucero. And it's good. So a three-pointer from the Lumberjacks is how we will start the first possession of the second half. Doubling up on their lead right out of the gates. Jajewski drives. Raindrop, nice little touch there. Jessica Jajewski has the answer. I mean, we've seen that a couple times from Jajewski, just pulling up. That soft one-handed touch.
Makes it look so easy.
It is easy, and it's easy for her at least because of the touch she has on it. Thing of beauty there as Rarick drives, and speaking of touch, there's some right there as Rarick's able to fight hard underneath for 2 points. 2-point lead.
Lopes seem to be a little bit stronger at the beginning of this half. Might be because of the presence of the men's Lopes basketball team sitting out in the seats today.
Three-pointer from the corner from Kenan McDavis isn't going to go. Jajewski quickly doubled off that screen by Bradley Cotton, and a pass back to Zelor Massaquoi in vain. So a turnover. Only the 5th of the game for GCU. 12 against Southern Utah last game, as the lead is back to 4. Olivia Lucero, 16 points, the clear leader for the Lumberjacks in scoring here today.
Absolutely. The Lopes really need to watch that shot that she has. It's almost magic. She shoots it up and it goes in almost every time.
She's 50% from the field and 80% from beyond the three-point line is Marcos Canedo. Great shot off the glass. And now a possession that may lead to a tie here, as the bad pass by the Lumberjacks is going to give this ball right back to GCU only seconds after that layup by Marcos Canedo.
This is kind of the point in time at this game where the Lopes seem to really find their rhythm and find their movement and work together to really make sure that they can get down.
Stolen there, Lucane. And Rarick's able, yeah, she grabs the charge. She draws the charge. So the steal there, just exactly what you didn't want to see if you were a Lopes fan. They lost it, but then NAU lost it and gave it right back to GCU. But definitely can't bank on that to happen all game. As Jajewski drives, puts it up and in, and it's tied. Only 44 seconds of tie basketball here this afternoon. As you're going to see Jajewski drive again and pull up again, this time keeping two hands on the ball. Fading away, but Bradley Cotton finds the wide open bounce pass from Renee Coggins. And a defensive lapse after the tie. This one up. Rarick, good job of drawing the foul. It seems like she's drawn 5 or 6 here this afternoon. Put the shot up after the fact, and it was good. So even though it didn't count, GCU finding their rhythm here, it seems. Jajewski, 3-ball, yes! The lead for the Lopes, and this game has flip-flopped now. Well, nothing to it there. Just about 10 feet of space for Jajewski, and she'll cash in. 39% for 3 is Jajewski thus far this season. 66 this game.
It's exciting to see the Lopes be in the lead right now. Even the Lopes are currently undefeated against Big Sky opponents this year, with winning over Idaho and Southern Utah. And now with NAU in that mix, we're hoping to see this lead take a further grow.
That Southern Utah was a close game. Perez swings it out to Lucero, who finds a screen from Cotton, drives in the corner, hesitates, and now Coggins will miss, opening the door for another chance to stretch the lead for the Lopes. Jajewski, covered there by Lucero, turns back right. Rarick, three-pointer. Almost. Jeez, that one was close. Fouled afterwards. She'll get her 3 shots regardless. And a timeout called, a full timeout. Lopes lead by 1. We'll be right back.
I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Merry Christmas from Grand Canyon University.
Welcome back. We're here, we're ready to go, and the Lopes are definitely showing up today with the lead 47-46 now against the Lumberjacks. What have they been doing right, Alex?
Well, they've just taken momentum completely away from NAU because they're starting to hit the shots that they didn't in the first and second quarter. The shots that you bank on making if you want to win games from in close. You know, the teardrop shots, the ones off the glass from about 5 feet. Jajewski was hitting those. Rarick's now started to make them. Bree Mobley has found her touch. Looks good right now for GCU here. Their first lead, and hopefully they don't look back and they just keep on running.
Absolutely, and you know what? We're going to see a little bit of intensity from the Lumberjacks going on right now. As the last Sunday they lost against New Mexico State University, 79-68, where Coggins led that game with 14 points. But they're really not wanting to lose again, so I know that the Lopes are definitely going to have to show up and continue this momentum that they've had so far.
We talked about the dismal 3-25 road record for NAU at the top of the broadcast, dating back to last year. This is one GCU would love to have, obviously, and NAU's not expected, or have not been expected, I should say, lately to win road games because of their history. Lucero guarded by Jajewski, and now Cotton. Good job of Massacoy spoking out. Perez will look for something. Hands up by Marcos Canedo and Massacoy, but right back into the hands of Perez. Coggins, a horrible shot. I guess to beat the shot clock for sure. Underhanded that one with pretty much no touch.
That defensive run was executed almost perfectly.
Three-pointer, yes! Jajewski hits again. Jajewski has 23 points. She's 9 of 12 from the field and 3 of 4 for 3. Look at this one. With one in the face, it's a 6-point lead now. Reina Perez will answer with one of her own. 16 points for the freshman.
Looking at the Lopes right now, coming into this, they definitely are a completely different team. Seeing as Jajewski goes again, gets 2 more points on the board, the team is definitely showing up and reacting to the Lumberjacks right now, playing hard defense, playing hard offense, showing up, not letting them get through their defense.
20 of 40 for field goals. And you remember there was a time when they were 7 of 27. Throw in here for GCU. Or I should say for NAU. And Brittany Lucane. Good defense, aggressive defense, I should say, by NAU. Good job swinging to the other side of the court. Pass low, Cotton handles it. And ripping it away is Zelor Massacoy. They'll call a jump, and who is alternate possession with? It'll stay with NAU.
Coaches are not excited about that one as they felt that Zelo Masco had full possession of the ball.
She did. It sure seemed like it. Perez, wide open three, left by Marcos Canedo. And Lusain's able to get the rebound for NAU. Finds a teammate, but it's tipped out of bounds. Off of Elope. And now another throw in here for the Lumberjacks.
Even giving another chance, the Lumberjacks have still yet to make a point as the Lopes defense is vigorous and intense, not letting them get anything through.
Lusain drives and puts it up and in. Also drawing the foul, 54-52. Should she make this one, it'll be a bucket game. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remain in the third quarter. Shot doesn't go. And we're still 3 points ahead. Rarick drives it in and puts it up with the glass and in. The lay-in and a beautiful move by Casey Rarick, 56-51. Rarick has 19.
This is a completely different Lopes team this half. The Lumberjacks are struggling.
Doesn't go. And that's a big miss right there for Reina Perez because she was wide open in the corner for the Lumberjacks. Unable to knock that one down. And it's going to result in a Lumberjack throw. Baker comes on. Bree Mobley off. And now Paplo will have throw-in duties. She'll find a wide open Lusain cutting, but defense giving her no time to work with. Jajewski called on the foul, and Lusain will shoot two.
We're going to want the Lopes to continue to keep their defense on a really high streak right now as they've been pressuring the Lumberjacks and keeping them at bay when it comes to their offense.
Lusain's shot, first one is no good. The lead still 2 possessions, and it will remain that way regardless. 56-52. Canedo, nice lead pass to the corner to Jajewski. Back up to Canedo, who will run the point. Look for something here. Zelor Massacoy. Crisp pass to Marcos Canedo, who's guarded by Bradley Cotton. Drives left, nothing there. Swings it out to Jajewski, who puts up a 4-3, and it goes!
Buzzer beater three by Jessica Jajewski.
Beats the play clock, beats the shot clock with the fadeaway, 7 feet deep, and an offensive foul. GCU is going to get the ball right back. 59-52, 1.5 to go in this third quarter.
The momentum is completely shifted to the Lopes in their favor as they take both of these possessions and hopefully capitalize on them both.
Baker up with it now. Jajewski has 28 points. Rarick has 17, not much scoring else, where from the Lopes it's really spread around. Unable to capitalize and make it a conceivable 10-point lead. So it stays at 7. And we're going to have a foul called. It'll be called on Bree Mobley. Her second, and just over a minute left to go. Kaylee Paplow is going to shoot it.
The fouls this half have been a lot more under control as compared to the first half. However, both teams are seeming to really want to utilize these opportunities as both aim to make every single one of their free throws.
Paplow's second isn't good, and it's rebounded by Jajewski. Up with Mobley, who's back on. Rarick looking for something but can't. 45 seconds left in this third quarter. Jajewski wide open. Yes! Another one. 31 points for Jessica Jajewski. 5 of 6 from beyond 3. 12 of 15 overall from the field. Have a day, why don't you? And that one doesn't go, but fouled. Responsible for exactly 1/2 of the Grand Canyon scoring here today is Jessica Jajewski.
Here we go with another opportunity for the Lopes to get some more points on the board and take this 9-point lead and increase it. And they do so. Laura Marsko-Canedo makes her first shot. It's now 63-53.
Converting on everything now. I mean, really starting to bury the Lumberjacks with 23 seconds to go. There's not going to be a shot clock to end this quarter. An 11-point lead for Grand Canyon. Lucero guarded tightly by Mobley, not wanting to concede any last-second shots. Doubled right away. But then Rarick taken advantage down low by Kenneth McDavis because of this height advantage. Jajewski puts it up. Not going to go. 64-55, though, a completely different third quarter. Join us as we watch the Lopes finish it out.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. A full calendar and a full plate. Family Christmas and family traditions. The years go by fast, and the holidays even faster. Now's the time to make room for what's really important. Giving back and going forward. Building memories and creating a better future. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. GCU.edu.
See everything that's going on right now. Jessica Jajewski, intense. All these three-pointers. Laura Marcos-Canedo with making the shots. Casey Rarick making shots. What in the world is happening?
Well, how about Jessica Jajewski absolutely lighting it up? Half of the points are hers, and that's really driven this whole team to continue playing like she is. I mean, how can you have more of an example of an on-the-court leader than we're seeing right now from Jessica Jajewski? It's unbelievable. Mobley looking for something on the right side and won't. See, Laura Massaquoi has problems with that one, but now Baker, or not Baker, I should say, Mobley will lose that one and give it back to NAU. So it didn't matter either way. NAU found a way to get the ball back. See if the defense for GCU can stand tall in the final 9 minutes. 3-point ball is good there by Brittany Lusain. Lusain has 8 points. Jajewski puts it up. Just misses that one.
Hopefully, right now, with all the intensity that's going on, the Lumberjacks are pushing a little bit on the Lopes right now, trying to pressure them and mix them up a little bit. But Mobley misses that shot as the Lumberjacks take it back down.
Almost. Gonna want to start getting these shots to fall here. You want to keep this lead at 6. Don't want to let it keep minimizing, as a shot from Brittany Lusain from beyond the 3-point line is no good. There's a shot open, but doesn't go. Bree Mobley, that shot looked good. Did not fall. Lucero drives and puts it in. 64-60.
Lopes going to have to come back for this one, bring back the intensity of their offenses to put some more points on the board. The defense is doing all right.
NAU, finding a way to have a surge of their own to negate that 10-point deficit as we started the fourth. Marcos Canedo puts that one up and in. And that one big. Marcos Canedo's 8th point. And a travel is called.
Got a little excited, took too many steps.
That's something you can't have if you're NAU. You started the game with the lead. You played essentially 25 minutes with the lead and then have let GCU battle back. Now you can't let these little mistakes just crumble you completely. That's exactly what GCU is wanting to happen, as they've been wearing them down all game. Looks like a push at the end of that play on Rarick. And, oh, she almost stole that one from Lucero, getting a hand in there. Wide open 3. McDavis hits, and it's a 3-point game. 7 minutes to go. Rarick driving, needing to take her time. This is a 3-point ball, no good from Jajewski, and it's rebounded by NAU. 2 hands in the ball from Massaquoi and Rarick there, but unable to pull it down.
Speed of the game right now has definitely increased. Both teams running down the court to keep up with each other.
Thank goodness that one didn't go in. McDavis from the corner almost tied it up. McDavis now another wide open shot, and she won't make that one either. So yeah, a timeout called by GCU, and well needed. 3-point game, 6.5 minutes to go. We'll be right back.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
Welcome back, everybody, back to the game. It's been exciting. This entire second half of the game has been nothing but high speed, high movement, high scoring from everybody on the court.
NAU has certainly found a way to burrow themselves back in this game, though. It was a 10-point lead for GCU as we started the fourth quarter. It's now 3, and there's a reason why Trent May and company took a timeout there, kind of settle the troops. NAU was kind of getting momentum, getting a lead, getting points there, and getting hot. So I like that call to call a timeout there. And let's see what GCU does here in the final 6.5 minutes of this game.
Absolutely. We're hoping that they can keep up their defense, hoping that they can keep up their offensive momentum with the scoring. Both teams are really going at each other right now, making sure that one team can stay over the other. Being in-state rivals, they really need to – this is their moment to prove themselves, their moment to shine as Anaya Baker takes the ball out.
How could you expect anything less from two in-state rivals? Jajewski, three-point chance. Just a little too far, and Zelor Massaquoi can't chip it out to the right position. Good job of working hard underneath the rim for a rebound, but unfavorable there as Murphy will come off for the Lopes. Kiara Clark back in. Here's Lucero. She'll drive left. Lane in the middle. And there's Kenna McDavis. Down low, it's a 1-point lead for the Grand Canyon. Needing some sort of big play here from one of their playmakers. Jajewski outside. Pick there from Massaquoi, and a foul up top called on McKnight.
Smart move by Jajewski to take that
McDavis.
foul.
Sorry about that, McDavis.
Easy to get some more points on the board. Reset the team.
Kenna McDavis on that last foul. And a nice inbound, safely up to the point where Jajewski will take it and calm the troops. Rarick looking for a pass somewhere. Nothing doing. Baker. Still looking. Drives. Kiara Clark fouled low, and that'll be 2 shots as the shot clock was winding down. 5:17 to go. The advantage remains at 1 for Grand Canyon.
Hopefully Kiara Clark can make these shots and not only add to her own statistics, but to add to the team as well and increase their lead as she already made the first one.
12 of 16 from the free throw line. It's 75%. They are averaging 66% for the whole season. And GCU over their average of points per game at 66.2. Now holding NAU under that, they average 70.8 a contest. So these two offenses performing up to par. Expect nothing but a thriller here in the final 5 minutes of play. Lucero over to Brittany Lucane. A cutting Lucero. There's the give and go right there. And it didn't work.
Excellent defense under the basket for the Lopes. Putting more bodies under there, confused them, got the ball back.
Rarick looking for something. Won't take the screen. Ripped away by Kiara Clark. And Rarick will put up a 3. Doesn't go. Underneath. Clark gets the rebound. And puts it home. That's exactly what they wanted The missed shot from Rarick. Help underneath the rim to get it back. Lucero, three-pointer to bring it within one. No, but Clark brings it down for GCU. And with 4 minutes to go, the Lopes in possession with a 4-point lead. Rarick outside, finds a screen from Zelor Massaquoi. Marcos Canedo now swings it back. Low, Massaquoi cutting. Ball's gonna be off a Lumberjack. And ready for a throw-in. And a timeout called. A full timeout. We'll be right back for the final 4 minutes.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. A full calendar and a full plate. Family Christmas and family traditions. The years go by fast. And the holidays, even faster. Now's the time to make room for what's really important. Giving back and going forward. Building memories and creating a better future. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. GCU.edu.
Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona, 69-65 in favor of the Lopes with under 4 minutes to play, and what a roller coaster of a game it has been. The first 25 minutes of this game led by NAU, and NAU didn't look back. And then the end of the second quarter and the third quarter is really when GCU took over. And now NAU kind of finding some more momentum and getting back in this game.
Absolutely. It was kind of like back and forth with NAU initially keeping that going, and then the GCU Lopes coming back and saying, you know what, no, we're not out of this game yet. We're going to come back and we're going to play. And now it was kind of back and forth in between both teams as we get to see in the last 4 minutes which team will come out on top, with the Lopes leading 69-65.
There was certainly a time in this game when it looked like NAU would pull away. And then in the third quarter, it seemed like GCU would absolutely run away with it. But it hasn't been that way, as Jajewski gets it off to beat the shot clock. Doesn't do so, and it's a violation. 69-65.
This defense that the Lopes have right now has been doing so much better the second half of this game, making sure that they're getting in the way of the ball, just like that, with Justin Jajewski stealing the ball away.
Yeah, clear steal right there. Strength advantage over Lucero. Good job of the referees not calling a jump there. Jajewski puts the shakes on one, but can't get the room for the shot. And now it's Marcos Canedo. Drives, puts it up, can't find the layup. 4-point lead still. Rushing up with it is Renee Coggins. Coggins pulls out from behind the three-point line, guarded by Kiara Clark. Finds a pick from Paplo, but nothing doing. A pass all the way across the court to McDavis from Lucane. We've seen so much today, and an errant pass there by Coggins gives the ball back to the Lopes with just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and a timeout called, a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Well, it's crunch time here now for both teams. Under 3 minutes to go. And just like football, where you look to the things maybe like special teams towards the end of the game, that's what we're going to see here. Rebounds, free throws, steals, turnovers are really going to come back to haunt you, like we just saw from NAU there before the timeout, throwing that ball out of bounds. A chance to make it a 1-point game, but now could be a 3-possession game here if GCU capitalizes.
Absolutely, and those mistakes are crucial and dangerous for any team when you have this little time left in the game and you have absolutely no chance. You got to be able to make plays, execute them, and do whatever you got to do.
Well, it's what you train for. It are the moments like this, the final parts of the game, when all the energy has been exhausted and it's a close game. Neither advantage for either team because of the energy that's been put forth. And now 2:15 to go.
And both teams running on steam right now as they continue to play with high energy.
McDavis can't make that one. A wide open three-pointer. And now we've dipped underneath 2 minutes. No rush here as they lead by 4, GCU does. Cannot capitalize underneath, and they're going to say that's off the knee of a Lumberjack and Kenna McDavis, and we'll have a timeout by Grand Canyon. A 30-second timeout, 69-65.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Momentum coming back, sorry about that. Momentum coming back is building from both teams as we see the Lumberjacks and the Lopes continue to push and press as the Lumberjacks try to get back in the lead, try to win this game, and the Lopes trying to hold them back.
Maybe a bigger problem for NAU is they haven't put in a basket in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and now you got a minute and 53 seconds. This is when it counts the most for the Lumberjacks. And GCU defensively, they're going to need to make a stop and just hold a couple more times here today.
Absolutely, and they've already been doing a pretty good job pressuring the Lumberjacks and making sure that they have to really work for those shots now. They realized from the first half of the game that the light pressure, light defense they were doing, the movement wasn't working for them. They needed more solid, more strong backing so that they could keep the Lumberjacks from getting through their matrix and make sure that they can keep them from scoring.
That's what you've seen, and now there's not going to be any rushes for GCU. Of course, the shot clock is reset, 1 minute and 53 seconds to go. You just want to pass it around to your teammates without any risky passes. Don't want to create any fast breaks, no lobs. So GCU just has to get this done here with under 2 minutes.
Absolutely. They're going to need to be able to take their time, as Laura Marcos Canedo was really good at doing. She's able to read the field, read the court, and really know where her people are, what is a good pass to make, slow down, be able to take the pressure from the Lumberjacks defense and do something with it.
Up top, and here, they'll slow it down. Yeah, the passing's going to be often. Don't want one to collapse too tight. Keeping it outside here. 15 on the shot clock. Marcos Canedo in no rush at all. Now 10 on the shot clock. Drives. Puts it up. Not a great attempt, but Massaquoi is right underneath to get the rebound. It's a 6-point lead for GCU. Not a very good shot whatsoever, but Massaquoi, good job of being in the right place at the right time.
Lopes continuing to put extreme pressure on the Lumberjacks right now, making sure that they have no free chances to shoot the ball.
Under 1 to go. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's going to be a GC. Yep, I was going to say, NAU had it last on AP. This time it'll be GCU, and a timeout will be taken by Northern Arizona. A 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Merry Christmas from Grand Canyon University.
How about the defense of the Lopes? Under 1 minute now, but able to extend this drought for NAU to 5 minutes, 6 seconds without a point. And the defense down there having to pass it everywhere, but they can't find an opening, can NAU?
No, they can't, and it's been excellent as Casey Rarick is looking to throw the ball in. She gets it to Laura Marcos Canedo, running down the court. The intensity of this offense.
Move behind the back. Clark, and in!
Excellent teamwork together by both of them.
Timeout called. Yeah, I think the officials are gonna look over this one. She's gonna take a look at something as tremendous basket. It started with Marcos Canedo. We're under review, but that all started with Laura Marcos Canedo getting the ball. Far side, she was pressured. A nice little move behind the back to evade the two defenders and find the pass down low.
Absolutely, and she got the ball to Kira Clark. She put it up. We're not sure exactly what the refs are reviewing, but we do know that on the Lopes end, they have had a lot of success and a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive momentum into the end of the game with less than a minute left. It's been 13 seconds since the last timeout, and they're getting more breaks with all these pauses in the gameplay.
We're 45 seconds away from a 4-game winning streak and an in-state rival win against NAU. Looks like they're getting the call back on the court. We're still waiting to see what was under review necessarily. The points are going to stand 73-65. And McDavis will throw it in here for NAU. So regardless of the discrepancy, NAU with the ball. And they're going to call Bree Mobley with a foul there.
Head coach Trent May not happy about that. It looked like she lightly brushed up against her, and the foul was called against her.
5 minutes and 18 seconds without a point. And a bad pass there. Brittany Lucane out of bounds.
It is the accumulation of the traveling, the bad passes by the Lumberjacks that is really putting them in the hole right now, as they could really use these and capitalize on them, but they have not, as Laura Marcos Canedo gets fouled.
Lucane with the foul. Of course, they're going to force the shot, and this will make it a 10-point game if she makes both.
This 10-point deficit, if she does make both, will be almost the determining factor for the Lopes as the first one goes in.
A 28-point third compared to only 13 in the first for Grand Canyon. That's really been the change of this game, as the ball's going to go to GCU. Misplayed by a Lumberjack. 9.6 separate the game and shot clock. 39.6 seconds on the clock as Lucane gets her hand on that one. 0.6 seconds gone, now 39 seconds left. Foul called. McDavis looking to extend the lead to double digits still. Bree Mobley is going to shoot here an 8-0 run in the last 4 minutes, 45 seconds for Grand Canyon. Make it 9-0 and make it a 10-point lead for the Lopes.
Lumberjacks still have not scored in quite a while, using that old strategy of fouling to try to get the ball back in the last couple of seconds of this game.
Mobley hits both. 11-point lead Lucene, yeah, you'd figure they're just going to drive and try and make anything they can. Lucene with the rebound. And a foul is going to be called on Anaya Baker as Lucero tries to drive. 26.3 seconds. And another foul, Anaya Baker. McDavis looking for something. Or Paplo, I should say, looking for someone, finding McDavis, and Anaya Baker fouled by Brittany Lucene. She'll go to the line here, 17.5 ticks left.
The last minute of this game really being drawn out nice and slowly.
Certainly just helping GCU beat NAU by more. I don't know why you'd keep sending the Lopes shooters to the line, but certainly a different strategy there by the interim head coach. Misses both, and NAU gets possession, 16.4 to go. And a timeout called by the Lumberjacks. 16.4 seconds. Stay with us.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. Family Christmas and family traditions. Now's the time to make room for what's really important. The years go by fast, and the holidays even faster. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Robin Bostic, the interim head coach for NAU, burning the last time out. This game really over, 76-65. GCU is going to get the win. They're 3-0 against Big Sky opponents this year. What a great win for GCU here today, as they started certainly lackadaisical, and they definitely started slow, but a tale of two different halves here for the Lopes, and they're going to get their fourth straight win.
Absolutely, and you know what? This win over their third Big Sky opponent is just proving, because they've had to fight for all those games. They were really close games. And the Lopes definitely are coming into this game, starting off not so strong, but realizing, okay, halfway through the game, they knew that they could take this team, and they've done so.
Travel.
Unfortunately, whatever strategy that the Lumberjacks tried to have was cut quite short with the travel, as the Lopes get to pass it in.
Nice little pass there to Anaya Baker, guarding against any fouls. Marcos Canedo will hold on, and it's all over. 76-65, a win here for the Lopes.
Absolutely. The Lopes have definitely fought for this game. Thank you all for tuning in. The Lopes will go on a short break to Hawaii for Christmas. They will go and have a good time. They will be back after Christmas and the New Year, January 4th at 7 p.m. to play against another in-state team, Arizona Christian University. You can watch that game right here on GCU.tv. And you know what? Don't forget to tune into the next men's game tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against Alcorn State, with the pregame show starting at 6:30. Be sure to catch all the action live at GCU.tv. Follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, channel, youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night, everybody, and go Lopes.